Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 21 of the Improv Gaming Gamecast. Here in beautiful HD.
Beautiful 1080p.
Oh, we've made it.
Oh my god.
Look at us in all your beautiful eyes. And now, episode
Watch
21.
me in glory.
We can drink now. Episode 21.
We're legal. We're legal.
We're legal. We can drink.
We can drink.
To my left, he's only the biggest Zelda fan in the world. Don't believe me. He has the tattoo of the Triforce on his arm. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jeremy Bird.
Yes, we are friends again.
Yes. it's good you took defeat in such pride.
Fuck you. Keep feeding yourself that bullshit.
And to my right, I can't do this. Guys, I'm sorry. We had a very special birthday for Mr. Nicholas. I wasn't going to give you your name right away. And we figured a great idea from me and the biggest Zelda fan in the world, Jeremy Bird.
If you just said you, I would have killed you now, but...
No. I had the idea, you did the execution.
Two great minds coming together.
Damn right it does.
Anyway.
After our Majora's Mask fiasco. Nick's like, what the fuck is going on? The show
no
has totally
idea.
gone off the deep
This
end.
is way off track.
But you know what? This is us. Everybody should know by now. We never stop. We're a
random.
games cast, but we don't talk about games until 10 minutes in. We talk about some bullshit in the beginning. We have a very special gift for you, sir. As a birthday gift to you, live on
Live-ish.
Live-ish on the YouTube
The
channel.
unboxing of my birthday gift. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Wow.
Gentlemen, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
greatest ponytail in the business. And by the way, it's fabulous.
Mr. Nicholas.
Love it.
That is awesome. Wow. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Alright, we'll hug it
Come
out.
here.
Bitch. Hug it
Come
out.
here. Oh God, save me. Actually, I'm going to go off camera for a second. You guys continue.
Damn, I thought he was going to put it on live in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. I know I promised that.
We'll get nudity on this channel.
We will get nudity. As I was saying, to my rightish in the kitchen, he only has the best ponytail in the business.
It's fabulous.
This is actually, that doesn't get blocked. You were so worried your ponytail was going to go over. It's fabulous. Mr. Nicholas.
How's it going tonight, everybody?
Of course, I'm Pete. And I'm wondering, since it is the 21st episode, what was your first drink? Your first legal drink. Where was it? Who was it with? And what was it?
My first legal drink was with my mother, my friend, her fiance, and my sister. After going up to a campsite, unpacking the car, and at 12:01 the next day, I had a Corona.
Corona Light?
Corona Extra.
Okay. With the lime?
No lime. The limes weren't unpacked.
It's not unpacked. For my first drink, my mom and sister used to belong to a bowling league. And my dad and I were talking, and it was coming to the night, and I promised him he would be the first one to have a drink with me being 21. So we went to the bowling alley where they were having the league. We went to the bar. Didn't even get carded. Didn't get carded for 3 months while I was 21. But went to the bar, and I had a Molson Ice with my father at the bowling alley.
Nice.
That was my first drink.
New York City, the Pig and Whistle, with my two cousins. We had dinner at my cousin's house. We went to New York City to bar hop the whole night. We go to the first bar, which is the Pig and Whistle, and like, what do you want? I'm like, double shot of Jack Daniels. Glass this big, probably like that. They're like, happy 21st, down the throat.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
That is what she said. If you didn't know, this is the Improv Gaming Gamecast here on youtube.com/Improv Gaming, where every week we bring you 3 topics. We break it up topic by topic, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for your viewing pleasure. Of course, we have our Let's Plays on Tuesday and our Twitches on Thursday.
I'm sorry that this one couldn't make it up on Monday, but it'll be up double whammy on Wednesday.
Double whammy on Wednesday. And it's a very special episode is because we've been toying with doing reviews, and we're getting into that process. But for this episode, we've each chosen a game. Me and Nick's are a little bit more recent. and Jeremy's is a little bit
More fun.
more fun. It depends on the value of fun, but we're gonna talk to you and tell you why we think you should play this game. And at the end, we're each gonna give our thoughts on it, being whether you buy, rent, trade, or you pass on the game, because we don't do number systems.
We don't do numbers.
We were toying with it, but no. We're gonna give you 4 things: you trade in, you pass it, you rent it, you buy it. But first, what's coming out, Jeremy Bird?
All right, the one-up news. We have
NHT. Oh.
we have Army Krog for PC, Hatsune Miku, Project Miri DX for the 3DS, Tearaway Unfolded for the PS4, Circa Infinity for the PC, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time for Xbox and PC, and that's actually next Tuesday, but this coming Tuesday and this coming Friday is what this kid's looking forward to, Super Mario Maker.
Super Mario Maker. That's going to be fun.
Isn't that come the 11th?
Yeah, that's Tuesday and then Friday.
Oh, next Friday.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
This Tuesday and coming Friday.
You thought I forgot about you, didn't you?
Huh?
With the one-up news with you?
No.
You thought I forgot.
No.
I wanted him to
He's still
sweat.
mad that I beat him.
I wanted him to sweat in glorious HD 1080p.
Glorious 1080. Well, it doesn't matter. In this apartment, we're all going to sweat.
Yep.
Yeah, this depends on.
Thank God you guys don't have smell vision. So.
I don't know. If they had smell vision, we wouldn't be alive right now. Nick, would you like to begin with your topic?
I will start with my topic.
What is your game that we should absolutely reason to play? Why do we need to play?
You should absolutely, without a doubt, unequivocally play Metal Gear Solid 5.
Duh.
Ground Zeroes?
No, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, not Ground Zeroes. The Phantom Pain is amazing. It's stunningly beautiful. The controls are stunningly well done. Everything about the game is just great. Plus, you get a Metal Gear game in an open world universe. And if you thought that sneaking around a compound or sneaking around in the forest was hard as it is in these little predefined little like corridors and stuff that they kind of like built out for you, sneaking around in an open world environment is so much harder because the kind of reconnaissance that goes into a mission makes the game that much more in depth. It's like Metal Gear Solid was a game where they would put you in already a predefined route that you could go to. They already had the intel, they already had the perfect route for you to go, and now you had to go through there by sneaking around a bunch of characters. Now you have to go ahead and get the intel, you have to plan the route, you have to go in and sneak around all these different people. It is phenomenal. It's amazing. And I mean, the greatest part about it, what makes it a little bit better than the last Metal Gears, and at the same time, it could be a lot more fun, is that now you could actually run and gun the game.
Really?
Now you can run and gun it if you really want to. Now it adversely affects your reputation and your special and your rank. And your ranks and all that type of stuff. It adversely affects all that stuff. But you know, it was nearly impossible to do that in the last game.
Yeah.
You would have 6 guys come in with shields. You couldn't break their shields with the gun that you had. Now they don't have shields. And if you're a good enough shot, like you can just take out whoever you want. I mean, the first mission that I played past the prologue had me sneaking in and I had to extract somebody. And I went past the first area, and that was fine. And then I went into the second area, and the second area was a lot more. It was a lot more heavily guarded. And I tripped a couple of alarms, and I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm running around, and I just started. I'm sitting there on the top of a building. Everybody's around me. I threw a grenade down, blew up half of them, and then just started shooting the rest of them. And I was like, I have never been able to do that in a Metal Gear game.
Nice.
And now I can.
Does it take away though from the Metal Gear?
It doesn't. To me, it doesn't take away from the Metal Gear because this isn't Metal Gear the way that you're used to seeing Metal Gear. What you're seeing now is a man on a mission, and his mission is to create a nation of his own that isn't connected to, you already know the story of Big Boss and how he came into being. And this is basically the story of Big Boss and how he came into being and why he wants to do what he's doing. And that's what this is. So you can have that Rambo aspect, and it doesn't take away from the idea that this man is a man on a mission. He is dedicated and driven to performing this ideological goal.
Okay.
So would you say he's a bigger badass than Solid Snake?
Big Boss was always a bigger badass than Solid Snake. Solid Snake only won because Big Boss was old by the time Solid Snake and him faced off.
Yep.
What is your thoughts on like the horse and those kind of?
The horse is a little weird at times. Like it'll want to jump over obstacles when it could just easily run over them. But you know what? It is much better than the horses in Assassin's Creed.
Nah.
I'll definitely say that. Much better than the horses that Assassin's Creed has. And you can utilize them for a lot more also. Like you can shoot off of the back of the horse. You can use the horse for stealth.
That's just funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you can utilize the horse for a lot more than in previous in any Assassin's Creed game. Like I never saw in the Assassin's Creed game where the horse was pertinent to your assassination. You know, it was just to travel back and forth, and that's it. And even then, it was clunky. But in Metal Gear, like the horse is actually a part of the mission. You know, you could use the horse to take one of the people that you saved, you put them on the back of your horse, you get on it, and you get the hell out of there. You get alerted, you can pop quickly with your weapon and just shoot whoever it is that alerted everybody else of your presence. I mean, Pete was there for the Twitch where a truck...
Twitch.tv/Buckeye.
where you know, for a moment, I was just messing around. I think we had just ended the Twitch, actually. I don't think it was on the Twitch. But we had just finished one of the missions, and Pete and I were just bullshitting, and suddenly a truck rolled up and spotted me. And I pulled out my gun on top of the horse, and I just shot the windows out of the truck. And I killed the two guys that were in the truck, and they both fell out. Like GTA style.
That's awesome.
And yeah, dude, like it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's so much more different. But remember, it's also a sneaking game. So when you're running around there and you think of an open world, remember how slow-paced Metal Gear Solid is, where you have to sneak around.
Yeah.
That's your open world, is that you have to sneak around. So it's not like Grand Theft Auto where you can just, you know, cause havoc and get to where you're getting, and then all of a sudden your stars reset.
No.
That doesn't happen. This is like full-fledged. You've tripped alarms, and the more you start tripping alarms, the more of an army is going to come after you.
Wow.
And you cannot reset it unless you hide.
Awesome.
You literally have to hide.
Cardboard box?
Cardboard box doesn't work.
Oh!
It doesn't.
That's just fun.
Cardboard box hasn't worked in a while.
I know.
It hasn't worked since 2.
I know. I just had to pop that in there.
Fans who are watching this, who are Metal Gear fans, will buy this game.
Yes.
They have this game.
I'm going to
They
buy it.
already
doubt.
have the game.
Who doesn't have the game, who's not as familiar with the story of Metal Gear, is this something where they'll be lost if they get the game?
You won't be lost because it's starting a new story. You can pick right up from where it is. They're not bringing in other stuff. They're not, you know, everything that they're gonna mention in the game. It looks like is gonna be self-sustaining. You know, there'll probably be little hints here and there to everything else. To explain this or explain that, but you're not gonna really get lost because when they explain that, and this is how Metal Gear has been really good about stuff like this, where they'll give you enough details about another game inside of this game, so that then you can follow the story in this game. They tend to do that very, very, very well. They don't rely on you remembering the game from 5-6 years ago.
Should you play Ground Zeroes before playing Phantom Pain?
Nah, I don't think there's any reason to play Ground Zeroes first. Unless you want to know who your arch enemy is and see his face before you play the game. You know, that's the only reason I could see that you would want to play Ground Zeroes. The other part about it is if you are a person who doesn't like the traditional Metal Gear Solid game, where you're sneaking all the time and where you're hiding, I think this run and gun aspect that they are allowing you to get away with now, I think that will bring you in because you can do it now. Now that's again, it's like Infamous. You know, do you want to be a hero or do you want to be infamous? It depends on which one you want to be, and I think that they're incorporating that in this game where, you know, you're Big Boss the evildoer or you're Big Boss the savior. And that's kind of the motif that they're going with.
Sick.
And it's cool because now you're playing from the side of the people you were fighting against. You know, you're playing against Revolver Ocelot. You're playing against Psycho Mantis. You're playing alongside Revolver Ocelot. You're playing alongside.
I was gonna say, wait a minute.
Alongside Psycho Mantis. You're playing alongside. Miller was always on your side, but I don't know where the point of contention came between Miller and Boss. I think that's what I'll see in this.
You see Sniper Wolf yet or no?
No, I haven't seen Sniper Wolf yet.
Hopefully she shows up.
And yeah, I'm sure a couple of people.
There will definitely be some fan service in that game.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of fan service.
If you see Raven, I'm gonna freak out.
I've already seen Psycho Mantis, and this is like Psycho Mantis when she was young, or he was young.
I was gonna say Psycho Mantis is a guy.
Yeah, when he was young, and ridiculously young, and you see him like putting like using the powers, and I was like, that's awesome. Nice. This is phenomenal. So. Psycho Mantis, I already saw. I saw Revolver Ocelot. Saw Miller.
Spoilers.
Saw Miller. Good. I mean, so far it's turning out to be a very good game. But again, I'm a fanboy, so I'm always gonna praise the game.
Well, from what I was seeing when we twitched, it interests me. I've always been a Metal Gear fan. Everybody knows 4, 3, definitely my favorites up there. You know, but 5, I was like, I definitely need to spend time with. And earlier when we were doing, like, back in the time, 2% overall, and we did so much, and it's just surprising the amount of content that's in this game. This game will last you. If you need a game that I feel will last you a while, it's definitely going to be Metal Gear Solid 5.
That's what I like about the newer games, kind of like that. They're packing it full of content where you can't beat it in like 6 hours and then, nothing else to do.
Well, you can, but there's also, you can build Outer Haven more. You can do side ops. You can do side things. It's definitely Kojima's last big thing being like, here's everything in the kitchen sink.
My favorite thing in the world was when I started up the disc with the whole thing that's going on with Kojima and Konami, right? I started up the game, and the first 5 names to appear on my screen were Hideo Kojima, Hideo Kojima, Hideo Kojima, Hideo Kojima. Whatever. The first 5 names were all his name, right? It said directed by, and based off of the story created by, written by. Produced by. Like, nice. It just kept on. It was like, oh yeah, you don't want my name on the box, motherfucker? Like,
I'm all in the game.
Like, they just spewed his name across it the moment that you put the disc in. Everything about it is just a Hideo Kojima game, created by, based off of characters created by, written by, directed by, produced by.
And I have nothing wrong with that.
One more question before you give your review of the game. Anything wrong with it? Any cons? Anything you didn't like?
The one thing that I've noticed that I don't like so far is whenever you complete a mission, you get a credits roll. Every single time.
Really?
Every single time you complete a mission, you get a credits roll. So that's paramount to me, saying that in Liberty City, every time you finish the mission, the credits rolled.
How long are the credits? Like long? Or?
No, they're like maybe not even 2 minutes.
Okay, that's
not
fine.
even.
I think like a full 20 minutes.
No, it's like a quick thing. It threw me off because the first mission I completed, all of a sudden the credits roll, and I was like, these sons of bitches got me again.
That's good. That's just funny. Cause
but every single time you complete a mission, they're called episodes. Every single time you complete a mission.
That's a cool concept. I like that.
And they roll credits. And every beginning of every mission says, this episode is starring Venom Snake. Spoiler alert, sorry. His name is Venom Snake now. He's not Naked Snake anymore. Venom Snake, the names are ridiculous. Ocelot's real name, or code name, Shalashaska?
I think so, yeah.
Shalashaska?
That's right.
Something like that.
Yeah, I believe you.
And then Miller's like code name, like starring, blah 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 Miller. So it's starring these people. So it's not saying like it's not like it's saying, oh, starring Venom Snake voiced by Kiefer Sutherland. It's saying starring Venom Snake.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So every episode tells you who's gonna be in that
You kind of
episode.
think it's a little modernizing a game. Like nowadays, people watch a lot of TV. They binge a Netflix series. I think that's kind of like a cool.
Well, he's always been up with the times
Yeah,
when
he's
it
a
came
huge
to
movie
like.
and TV buff. So
Yeah,
that's a
so
cool
I
little
could
nod.
see
like
I could see that he's like nodding to the way that gaming and viewing television shows has gone, where you binge watch them now.
Yeah.
So he's like, since you guys are gonna binge watch the fuck out of this, here's episode 1, here's episode 2, here's episode 3.
Nice.
For the person who wants the story. All right. What do you think?
I think
Trade?
I'm always gonna say buy. I'm always gonna say
You
buy.
think it's worth the content? You think it's worth the
I think it's
gameplay,
worth it.
everything?
Look, for a fanboy or somebody that loves the series, buy. For somebody who wants to play the series, rent.
And then decide.
But only because, or I would say trade, actually, not rent. I'm sorry, trade, because that's above rent. I would say buy for the fanboy and trade for people that don't want to keep it, that don't want it to be in their library. Me, I keep all my Metal Gear Solid games, so I'm gonna buy, and I would recommend that people buy because it's always something to play later on, when you have nothing. And there's so much replayability because, as everybody knows, you cannot get the best gear without playing it at least 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
Nick, you're going to be twitching this a lot for the fans.
Probably, yes.
Improvcot.
Improv
Twitch.tv/ImprovCot. All the Metal Gear, Solid 5, Phantom Pain. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. If you see Nick live streaming, check him out. Ask questions there. He'll be glad to answer them.
I'd love to answer them.
Love him very deeply. Up next, we talk about my game. Stay tuned. You'll see it up in probably a couple of seconds because it is going to be on Wednesday. But Friday's episode will be Jeremy's. As always, guys.
Game on. There we go. We are recording in 1080p. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
To the Thunderdome, bitch.
to Improv Gaming.